So the terms of a seasonal time. So Suen chapter 9 discuss about the seasonal time. A duration of a 5-day is named whole. A duration of a 3 whole terms, it is a 3 times 5, so it's a 15-day, is named Qi. A duration of the 6 Qi, so 6 times 15 is named seasons. So 15-day, 5-day is called whole. 3 whole, so 15 days is named Qi. So here it's the Qi we call the Jie Qi. This is 24 solar term. So 24 solar terms, Jie Qi. So each term is each solar term is 15 days. So the solar term is based on the sun's position in the ecliptics, and it was created for farmers in the ancient time to guide the agricultural affairs and the farming activities. So the name of 24 solar terms, it reflects the changes in the climate, natural phenomenon, and agricultural productions, and other aspects of a human life, including like clothing, food, housing, and the transportations. So if you look at the solar terms is the base on the sun exposure. So we have equator here. In Chinese, we call it Huangdi. So China and Asia is where China is here. Australia is located here. But by the line around the Huangdi equator, the sun exposure in the same time, the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere, we have a different sun exposure that makes totally opposite seasons. Let's look at this. So we have a North Pole, North Celestial Pole. We have a South Celestial Pole. Our Earth is slightly tilted about 23.5 degrees. So it's not straight, it's slightly tilted. Let's just say now, for example, if I say China is here and Australia is here, sun is coming like this, then the sun exposure, because of the tilt, is different. See, let's look at this one. Let's look at the December. So now it's China is here. Let's just say this is the equator and Australia is here. The Australia and the southern hemisphere is the high sun exposure compared to northern hemisphere where it's China. So that means more sun exposure. That means it's a summer and the daytime is longer. Compared to southern hemisphere, China, it has less sun exposure. In northern hemisphere, that means it will be winter. But in the southern hemisphere, it's a summer. And the June, so that is equator. The June, China is here. We have Australia is here. Sun exposure to the northern hemisphere, it is the highest, and compared to northern hemisphere, Australia, the sun exposure is much less. So Australia, we have winter, but the China northern hemisphere has the summer. we have 24 solar terms, and each season we have a 4 season. Here we don't talk about the light summer, so we only have a 4 seasons: spring, summer, autumn, and winter. We have 6 solar terms in one season, because one 节气 solar term is 15. We have 6 solar terms. That means we have 3 months. So one season is 3 months. In 3 months, we have 6 solar terms allocated. In terms of the names of the solar terms, they reflect some of the changes in the season and for the agricultural activities and the temperature difference. So let's have a look at first to reflect the changes of the seasons and divide the year into 4 seasons, exactly the 3 months. We have 4 solar terms. It's named Li Chun, Li Xia, Li Chu, Li Dong. Chun is the spring, Xia is the summer, Chu is the autumn, we have a Dong is winter. Li means the start, so start of spring, start of summer, start of autumn, and start of winter. And to reflect the turning point of the variation, we have a Chun Fen, we have a Qiu Fen, we have a Xia Zhi, and we have a Dong Zhi. Chun is the spring, we have a Chu is the autumn, Xia is summer, Zhi, Dong is the winter. Here, Fen, the definition is the even. So in English, we call the vernal equinox and autumn equinox. Zhi is the extremities. So that's where we have the longest daytime is the Xiazhi, and the longest nighttime we call the Dongzhi. In English, we call the summer solstice and the winter solstice. Some of the solar terms reflect the changes of the temperature. So there we have a Xiao Shu is a minor heat, Da Shu is the major heat, Chu Shu is the limit of the heat, Xiao Han is the minor cold, and Da Han is the major cold. To reflect the phenomenon of the precipitations, we have the Qingming, 惊蛰、雨雪、谷雨、小雪、大雪、白露、寒露, and the 霜降. So for example, we have a 惊蛰 is the awakening of the insect. So all the insects coming out from their winter sleeps. We have the rainwater, 雨水, that's the seasons, the 节气 tend to have more rainings. We have minor snow days and major snow days. To reflect the maturity and the harvest time of the crops, we have one season names 小满, the small fall. We have 芒种, and the grain in ear. The solar terms, the difference between North Hemisphere and the Southern Hemisphere. So because all the solar terms are based on the sun exposure, then it's divided by each 15 days. We have 24 solar terms in Asia, but there is in the Western country we only have 4 solar terms. That is the vernal equinox, summer solstice, autumn equinox, and the winter solstice. The date is in northern hemisphere. We have a Chunfeng, that is the 21st March. 夏至 is the 21st June. We have a Qiufeng, is the 23rd September, and the 22nd December is the Dongji. Because we totally have opposite season. Also, this 24th, those 4 solar terms is a totally opposite. So 23rd September is a vernal equinox, but the vernal equinox of September, that is the Qiufeng. And when it's a Chunfeng in the southern hemisphere, that is Chunfeng. Winter solstice, we have a winter solstice in Australia, is the 21st June, but in northern hemisphere it's the 夏至. Summer solstice in December 22nd is the Dongji in China. So we have totally opposite seasons. So when it's a Chunfeng in China, that is the Qiufeng vernal equinox in southern hemisphere in Australia. If in China it's the 夏至, and the exact day in Australia is the Dongji, summer solstice. If we have a Qiufeng in China, that means it's Chunfeng in Sydney, Dongji winter time. Then it at the same time in Australia is summer solstice, 夏至. So I lined up all 24 solar terms and the date, and in northern hemisphere, and it's the south hemisphere. You can have a look, but there are some of the solar terms with red color. That solar term has to be memorized in order to calculate 5日期 later. Especially Dahan is the starting point of the first year. In 5日期, the first day is not starting from the 1st January. It's always starting from the 20th or 21st January is the first day of the new 5日期 year.